Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. This video was a long time request. You guys read the title, so let's just get right into it. Alright, so this video is going to be about, just Instacart's deactivation history, backup, that kind of stuff, and if you've been deactivated, what you should do to try and get reactivated. Alright, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so this is the first and only successful lawsuit on shoppers' side. This was Maple Bear, which is Instacart, against a whole bunch of shoppers, and they sued on the misclassification of independent contractors. That's what they sued Instacart on the basis of. So Instacart technically didn't win, neither did the shoppers, because they decided to settle out of court. However, the amount was a significant amount. Instacart coughed up a total amount of $11 million. They did not admit to any wrongdoing on their part, but they decided to settle out of court. Why is this important? It's important to know this, that because as a shopper, you can successfully, on your definition of success, sue Instacart and get paid for it. Instacart ever since then has been very salty, and they changed their contractor agreement, and they've done this in order to make it very difficult for people to sue. So this is exactly why you should be suing them, because they purposely don't want to pay shoppers any more money for anything that has happened to them. So let's just go ahead and keep that in mind through the rest of this video, because knowing this background, if you haven't, is actually extremely important. Alright, let's keep going. The question is, who is reactivated versus deactivated? You can come back later and update if anything changes so the group knows the ratio. What worked for those who got reactivated? So that question is what this whole video is going to cover, so we'll get to that. But pay attention to the amount of people who got deactivated. 53 votes. Pay attention to the amount of people who got reactivated. 27 votes. Now of people who got deactivated, reactivated, deactivated again, and then just kicked off the platform, 4 votes. This is important, okay, because I want you guys to understand that most of you who got deactivated will never get reactivated again. I just need you guys to get that. It just needs to be clear to some of you guys, okay? Not trying to be mean, not trying to ruin anyone's hope, but this is reality and this is just fact, okay? So let's take this to the next level. Let's look at percentages. Okay, so in all, this is a total of 85 votes, alright? So, if you look at this figure right here, I just converted all of those votes into percentages, so it's easier for you guys. So that means that 63.52% are deactivated out of the results that we've seen before. 31.76 get reactivated, which is not a bad number. And then 4.70 get deactivated, reactivated, deactivated again, and banned. For the purpose of this video, that 4% is very rare, so that's not something you should worry about. But just know that you have over a 50% chance of not getting reactivated, pretty much. Okay? So that's just the reality. Okay? Just understand that, guys. Okay, so you're probably thinking, all right, that's nice. Most people don't get most people don't get reactivated. I don't care. I'm just here to know how to get reactivated. All right, so let's get into that. And by the way, keep in mind that this doesn't work for everybody, but hey, let's go through an updated version of how to possibly get reactivated and or how to get back in Instacart. Let's get to that right now. Okay, so step 1 is to reply to their email. Usually they will send you an email. Sometimes it goes to your junk or spam, because trust and safety is a completely different department. So just reply to their email, whatever they say. Just do what they tell you first and foremost in that email. Okay, after that you move on to step 2, which is send them pictures of evidence, receipts, GPS, dash cam footage, all of that to their email. So reply to them with all of that. Put timestamp camera basic, because that is an app that all of you guys should have if you don't already have it. It really helps you to save pictures of customers, houses, addresses, and stuff like that. So it's a really great app. I'm not really going to get into that because I've talked about that before, but if you haven't already downloaded it, download. Okay, then this is a link that you guys could click on. I'll put it in the comments and description. When you click this link right here, it'll take you to this website. Go ahead and go through the prompts. Do you have any information or evidence to show that the deactivation of your Instacart account was in error? I'm just going to go ahead and click yes. What's your name? I'm just going to click random. What's the best email? Oh, okay, so let me try that once more. Click OK. Please enter your phone number. So then you just enter your phone number. Okay, please tell us why you would like us to reconsider our decision to deactivate your shopper account, and then you just literally explain whatever that reason is. Are there any witnesses you would like us to know about? No. Do you have any additional evidence? And then you could upload videos, pictures, screenshots, documents, anything that you would like to use to clear your name. So you can go ahead and do that, all right? So I'm obviously not going to do it, but yeah. Okay, so once all of that has been done, we get back to the screen over here, and we're going to go to step 3. Send an additional request through their type form link. Okay, so after that has been done, we move on to step 4. And step 4, it's at this point, they should have gone through the evidence and reactivated you. If they haven't, you will receive a reply of their email, which is true. After doing step 1, 2, and 3, if you don't hear anything back from them, then that basically means they either are ignoring you or choosing not to reactivate you. Okay, I'll show some examples of what that looks like so you guys can know the difference, because they make it very clear what their decisions are. So you'll either get a response looking like this, where it actually just says your account has been reactivated and you are free to pick up hours and services, or you'll get an email looking like this, where it says, after carefully reviewing the available information, Instacart has determined that a breach of your independent contractor and confirms its deactivation. Guys, I know this is a lot of information, but stay with me. Follow me, okay? So we right now are at step 5. They said that they do not want to reactivate you, or that they confirm that you breached a contract agreement or whatever, so that you remain to be deactivated. So step 5, you have to send them an informal arbitration request. So an informal arbitration request is this. Okay guys, so this is your arbitration request. This is your arbitration letter. Alright, so this is a template, just an example. I'll link it in the comments. I'll also link it in the description. But this is an example of a letter that you want to send to them after they said, oh no, you're still deactivated. Okay, what is an arbitration? It's basically a clause, meaning that it's an agreement between you and Instacart that if anything goes wrong, either party has the ability to come to a mutual agreement on what should be done before obviously taking the matter to court. So they basically want you to be friends with them and to come up with a solution with them, in unison with them, instead of you suing them. So basically, in simple terms, it is kind of a scare tactic, because they're basically like, okay, well, we don't want you to sue, but we want to work with you. And in most cases, does this work? From what I've seen, to be honest, it doesn't. It doesn't, because what usually happens in this case is they'll send you back a generic email. I'll insert what it looks like up here. They'll send you back a generic email saying, oh, we received your request for arbitration. How would you like to proceed? And then after that, usually whatever the shopper or the worker wants, they don't get. So if it's a matter of getting reactivated, sometimes it does scare them into reactivating you, but usually they just ignore the email, or they just send a generic email that they send to everyone else. So does this method always work? No, but sometimes it does. Arbitration request, I just want to point out that this letter basically says everything that you're entitled to. This email did not contain much to the email that they sent to you of any information regarding the terms and cause of my deactivation, other than the fact that Instacart platform believes to be in violation. I'm entitled to dispute my unjust deactivation, and I'm required to be provided with the cause and terms of my deactivation. If I do not receive any email correspondence by a member of the Instacart Risk Operations legal department or similar, I will file an official arbitration request by certified mail with JAMS medication and arbitration services at Maple Bear. I look forward to both a timely manner and satisfactory resolution to my issues. So that is basically what you're doing, and you are in the rights of doing that. Okay, so just to be clear on why this needs to and has to be sent. Okay, so after electronically sending that informal arbitration request, if they still ignore you, okay, you have to move on to step 6. Step 6. Send them a formal arbitration request through a certified letter by an honorable. That means send them a request through a certified letter written by a lawyer or a law office or paralegal, whoever. Okay, send them a letter. You can try to send them that letter electronically at legal@instacart.com, but I've noticed a much better way to do that is to send them a letter physically to their head office. So if you guys need the head office address, I will insert that right here. So Maple Bear is their legal name. I think that's the name of their LLC or the name of their actual company, and that is the address right here, Legal Team, 50 Beale Street, San Francisco. Okay, so that is where you send the physical arbitration letter to. All right, hope you guys are following me. Hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. All right, so after doing all of that, we are at step 7, which is they might respond to you. Pretty much that's it. If they do, that's great. If not, then honestly guys, step 8, you have to sue. You have to sue. And the reason why you have to sue ties into what I said earlier in the video, is they cannot get away with this, guys. If you don't sue, they're going to keep doing it. From what we could see in the very first examples, they would rather not pay anything. They would rather settle out of court with you. That's what they would rather do. They got so upset and so angry that they had to pay $10 million, almost $11 million to shoppers, that they had to change their whole contract. So if you are able to sue, sue. And I understand that suing and getting legal help costs money. Trust me, guys, I know that, but you have to eventually sue them. I'm not saying you have to sue them right now in 2020, but in 2021, 2022, eventually you have to sue them. Okay? The reason why you have to sue them, recoup your lawyer fees and also make sure you get a process. So as I talked about earlier, the class action lawsuit that happened a couple years ago, people averaged around $1,000 to $2,000, which is not bad. But in a case like this, you want to average $4,000 to $5,000 minus your legal fees. So you can definitely do it, guys. I personally think more people need to do it. If enough people sue them, they probably will rethink their whole deactivation process. I honestly think that's where it's at. Instead of sending them emails, having them send you generic emails, ignoring your calls, ignoring your requests, you need to sue them. You need to sue them. That's how you get their attention. That is how you get their attention at the end of the day. Okay? So do with that as you will. Okay, so many of you guys are probably wondering, okay, well, I want to sue. How can I sue? Well, currently there is a class action lawsuit going on, but you cannot participate in a class action lawsuit. Pay attention, you cannot participate in a class action lawsuit unless you opted out of arbitration. Any claims that arose or were asserted before the effective date of these terms will, with limited exceptions, be submitted to binding and final arbitration. Unless you opt out of the arbitration agreement, you will only be permitted to pursue claims and seek relief against Instacart on an individual basis, not as a plaintiff or class member in any class or represented action or proceeding. Okay, you also waive your right to seek relief in a court of law and how, okay, so basically you can only sue them on an individual basis unless you opted out of arbitration, which you should have done that within 30 days of your employment. If you didn't, it's all right, but you could still sue them on an individual basis. That's what that means. Okay, guys, so going back, we did step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're now on step 7, I believe. And finally, that sums it up. Step 8 is either you finally decide to sue them for deactivating you for wrongful reasons, especially right now since some people are getting hacked. If you're getting hacked and they deactivate you, I believe that is a very strong case that you have in court, to be quite honest. Anyways, if you still want to sue them, go ahead and do it. If you don't, it's fine. You just simply have to walk away. Okay? So that is everything about deactivation, what you should do, why you need to sue, or why you need to walk away. Hopefully this clears everything up for some of you guys. If any of you guys have any other methods that you guys use to get reactivated, definitely let us know, because that would be great to update this. But yeah, thanks guys so much for tuning in. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys stay safe. See you guys with another topic. Another topic that I'll have is Instacart. There's this new company out here that's providing Instacart shoppers with benefits for a $7 monthly plan. You guys can check out the link in the description, but I will be making a video about that company next week because there is a shopper on Instacart. I'm not going to say his name, but he's a very big influence and he's saying a lot of lies about this company, so I'm going to clear it up in next week's topic. Thanks guys, bye!